evening has set here in Naples, Florida, as we continue our live coverage of the 2019 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. Dave Benz and Melissa McCurley of pickleballtournaments.com and Mark Renneson of Third Shot Sports along with you. Happy to be bringing you this live coverage of the men's senior pro doubles. And this is the bronze medal match.
Change sides after each game.
Pairing Matt Goebel of Spokane, Washington and Tyler Loong out of Utah against Randall Zbinden and Steve Deakin. And it is...
Are we ready?
Loong and Goebel in the near court. Zbinden and Deakin are in the far court. And Goebel and Loong with the opening serve.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these gentlemen play. Steve Deakin, really, I just saw him for the first time play in Centralia, Washington when I was there in March, and he's an outstanding player. Randall, in competition out of Utah. This is his first U.S. Open.
Deakin is out of British Columbia. Zbinden is out of Utah.
Fellow Canadian again.
A lot of Canadians, and a lot of Canadians not only in this tournament. Wow, what a shot there.
Let's see a replay of that. So Loong looking to get all the way across. That's going to be the question right now Zbinden's asking is, did he get both feet reestablished outside the kitchen? He did. No problem. Nice little inside out forehand winning shot.
Yeah, you can go out of bounds and be closer to the net. And what do we call that one, an Ernie?
What's an Ernie? There's sort of two kinds of Ernies. One is when you go before the opponents even hit the ball. You're anticipating the ball to be hit down the line. The other is when you jump the corner, as Tyler did there, because you see a ball that's attackable, but only if you can get to that spot right beside the net post.
So 1-0-1 and now 1-0-2.
1-0-2.
And this is the first U.S. Open for both Randall and Steve. Tyler and Matt have been here before.
I love watching Zbinden play. This guy looks like he is the calmest guy out there. You'll see that he stands so almost casually at the net, but his hands are so quick that he's able to play those balls back with confidence.
Zbinden has been playing pickleball for a while. I said he picked it up in 2008.
Well, and I stand corrected. Randall was here last year. It's his wife, Belinda, that's here on her first U.S. Open
0-1-2
Pickleball Championships.
A family affair, as it is for so many people here in Naples, Florida.
1-0-1.
So you're going to see that combination there, the drive from one of the players, in this case Goebel, and Loong right up near the net looking to pick up any garbage that comes back over. So expect to see that that drive poach combination again.
Loong did just get back and then leaves it short.
And you talk about looking calm, cool, and relaxed. You see Randall just kind of...
I mean, it's unbelievable, this guy. Looks like he doesn't have a care in the world when he's out there.
Yes.
That's great.
Wow, you're right. So such a casual
Someone
shot.
get that guy a beer.
I'm just going to put it over here.
No, you'll see this time and time again. It's you know, you'll see other players out there that physically are working very hard, and you can tell. And then you see every once in a while players like Zbinden who just look like it's a Sunday stroll. Although they are down 3-0 so far.
But they are getting the serve.
Looks like Zbinden's targeting Goebel there. That's a little bit risky when you go down the line like that. You've got a smaller area to work with to play that drop as low as it needs to be compared to if you hit cross court. But let's see what happens as this match progresses.
Yeah, Loong smashes that one. And so now the serve will head back over to Goebel and Loong.
Fun fact, we've got a ball boy on the court for this one. You can see him in the back corner, blue shirt, white hat. There's Aaron Balls. Here he goes.
Thank you, line judge.
Young fella out there looking to get a little exercise.
I was saying he must be a baseball player, too. Did you see that toss?
0-2.
You know, I got to admit, guys, back on April Fool's Day, the U.S. Tennis Association put out a tweet saying that they were going to incorporate ball dogs at the U.S. Open this year in New York, and I actually bought it.
0-3-1.
My golden retriever Lacey would be a great candidate. She'd be the first one to line up for that job.
We should have dogs named Pickles retrieving balls here for pickleball.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And then the question as to where the game was named after maybe would finally be answered.
Yeah, people say that it was because the originators of the game had a dog named Pickles. You know, that's one of the things that people who are not in the pickleball circuit, they say to me sometimes, you know, well, the name is so funky, but it's, you know, 150 years ago, had anybody ever heard of tennis? What is tennis?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And
Were they doing live streams of tennis matches 150 years ago?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Maybe the dog was called tennis.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few people watching us on the Facebook stream. If you have a question you'd like to pose, feel free to write it there. We might answer on the air, or we do our best to write back to you personally on the stream.
Whoa.
There we go. This is one of Tyler's favorite moves. anticipating that down the line, jumping that corner. You'll see it here.
Oh, he likes that.
Yeah.
3-2.
It's a lefty too, so he's able to. It's a bit of an advantage when he's playing the Ernie on that right side of the court. He can use his forehand.
Gets the benefit of the bounce off the net there.
So we've got Robert Merriweather asking who's using the Selkirk paddle. Well, two opponents here, the ones who are wearing matching shirts. They also have the black paddle. Those are the Selkirk paddles, the limited edition Regal black paddles that they have for this tournament. You'll see most of the Selkirk pros using the same Selkirk paddles have been out for a while, but with a new color scheme.
Yeah, so it's Selkirk and Onyx versus Selkirk and Onyx.
Yeah. Yep.
We're actually doing a little promotion at Third Shot Sports where for every Regal black paddle sold, we are donating a paddle to Camp One Step, which is a summer camp in the Midwest for kids diagnosed with cancer.
It's a great cause. And Zbinden puts it into the net.
5-2.
So yes, Robert, one on each side.
That's short there by Goebel.
2-5-1.
What match is this today for this quartet, Melissa?
Give me 1 second and I will give you that answer.
Play began this morning.
Play did begin this morning at 8 a.m. for this bracket. There were 44 teams.
3-5-1.
Is this which bracket is the most popular here?
It
in
is the
Naples
mixed open. 48 players or teams will compete in the open bracket. Mixed open.
Over 2,100 total players. Over 4,000 total matches this week, which is just a mind-numbing number.
It really is. We've set, it's been a historical week. We set records. We ran 788 matches in just one day on Sunday. We ran 3 tournament desks, 41 events.
Loong was looking for it again, that time into the net, though.
Five, 2.
Mark, this might be a good question for you. Steve Taylor wanting to know what an intermediate player can look for in this match that they can apply to their own game.
It's a good question, Steve. We'll get to it after this rally here.
So this is match number 5 for Loong and Goebel. And let me check out
5-5-1.
So one of the things you'll notice is that nearly every point will end because of poor height control, either because the ball gets hit a bit too low when it's in the net, or the ball's a bit too high and either sails long or is attacked, right? So there's an example. The ball was too high from Goebel.
Second serve.
Zbinden is there to hit that ball hard. And so while pros like this are very good at keeping that ball low more often than not, intermediate players, that's something they can really focus on. They can imagine there's a little window above the net. Let's say 1, maybe 1.5 paddle heights. So there you go, a little too high, you're in trouble. maybe 1 or 1.5 paddle heights over the net. And if you can be a player who, we're not talking about serves or returns, but on third shots and beyond, can play that ball through that little window, it's less likely your opponents can do a lot of damage.
Much easier said than done.
Oh, of course. But you'll see nearly every point ends because of a height issue. So there you go. Zbinden hits it a bit too high. Loong knows what to do. Hits down into the dirt, and that's a point.
Okay, so I've re-looked at the bracket. This is actually match number 7 for both teams today.
7 matches on a day in which the heat index was, for a long period of time, into triple digits.
Yes, and their bracket did start 10 hours ago. So you've got to have some endurance to play pickleball.
Zbinden goes into the boxes in the front there. Chasing down that ball. I mean, he's relaxed, but I don't think he's going to have a seat. There he goes, chasing that ball.
The crowd's appreciating the effort.
Tough to catch up with, though, with Loong smashing it down.
There's another good example to answer Steve Taylor's question, the use of angles. So Tyler did have that ball high enough that he could hit down. Instead of hitting straight ahead where the opponents were, he hit on a pretty extreme angle. If you're playing on a court that's not quite like this beautiful Zing Zang championship court, that ball's probably going to hit the fence or the wall before the opponent has a chance to get their paddle on it.
5-5-2, and what has been a tightly contested match thus far. It's our 4th match of our stream today. We will finish it with the senior mixed gold medal match coming up following the conclusion of this one.
I tell you, I'm not sure the center court's big enough for these players. Tyler almost took out a line judge.
That's the thing, is the pickleball court is not just the space within the lines, right? It's the space around it. And you'll see that players use that space. When the ball is going to be hit hard, they back up to give themselves time. They are so quick that they can chase down balls that would otherwise be unreachable. So players need space to be able to play the way they want.
Second serve.
Goebel, they're able to hit it off of Deakin. We'll move to the second serve. Your point well illustrated at the beginning of our day today, Mark, as we were taping our open, and we were a little bit onto the corner of the court in front of our broadcast location, and Irina Tereshchenko, she didn't want to play until we got out of the court. They wanted to make sure they had all that space available.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's not just the space around here, and players are good at making each other run, making people chase, and you need that room. So it's important that players feel like they have that freedom of movement. And you're right, even on this court, maybe next year they're going to have to move the boxes back a few more feet.
I got a kick out of it, by the way. During the break, before we came back on with the live stream, they had I don't know, a machine that was serving the ball.
Oh, the tutor machine.
The ball machine, yeah.
And they were letting fans come and try to hit a return, and Irina got in the line.
and I noticed, and the object was to hit the ball into the kitchen, right? She wasn't able to do it until she had to do it in between the legs shot to make it happen.
Well, you know, sometimes the pros will do a couple things to make the fans feel a little bit better about themselves, and then yeah, she hit that between the legs drop that landed in the kitchen. Took home a snazzy new paddle cover, too.
Yeah. You should have got out there, Dave.
Yeah, I was too busy eating.
So interesting, this pattern here. Let's see if Tyler looks to step outside the court. Steve Deakin was playing those down the line dinks with quite a lot of spin, making it difficult for Tyler to do much with that ball, to do anything very offensive.
We've been kind of stuck. We were stuck in 5-5 for a while, now stuck at 6-5.
It's a nice sort of mini poach there by Zbinden, seeing that Goebel was hitting that ball inside out. You're probably going to see Tyler and Matt Goebel switch here after the return of serve.
Yes, they do. Loong, that lefty, would prefer to be on that right side.
One of the reasons for that is that, there you go.
That's the reason right
that's
there.
One of the reasons, right? If you want to avoid the player's forehand, which is often their strongest, that means you've got to go really tight to that sideline to get it to their backhand. But going tight to that sideline also opens you up for the earning opportunity. So it's a smart play for Loong and Goebel. Set up the way they are.
Yeah, but he's done it to him like 3 times. So I mean, what do you do on the other side to just not give him a shot?
Well, so the alternative is you hit the ball more towards his forehand, right? Which is also Goebel's forehand in the middle of the court. So this is one of the advantages of playing with a left-handed player or being a left-handed player.
Timeout being taken here in game one, 7-5 the score. We'll take a break as well. Well, the air conditioning is working inside the vendor tent here in Naples, Florida. They've needed it today. It has cooled off a little bit, although I'm not sure if it has cooled off or it's just because some of our crew was generous enough to bring us a fan.
I know, the fan was like a lifesaver. That air has been very still in here.
Yeah, that's the one problem with this shade structure is Loong got handcuffed there, is that there's not a lot of air circulation.
5-7-2.
I think that crew member was Chad Edwards, who's also taking stats for us all day.
Thanks to Chad.
What a wonderful guy he is.
Although, I think there might have been some self-interest involved in that decision.
Deakin hits it long, and Loong and Goebel get it back to within a point at 6-7-2.
That ball was called just out by Loong. We're going to see if Zbinden, I think he knows that ball was out. Yeah. It's a makeable overhead. That's an unforced error. Zbinden and Deakin have just one clean winner so far in this match. Yeah, they're still at 7-7-2.
To check with Chad. But
oh, wow.
Strong put away there by Zbinden. Has either team had more than a 1-point lead in this match? I don't believe they have.
No, this has been a tight match, and this is what we're expecting from players of this caliber in a bronze medal match, is that they're here to compete, they're here to bring their best stuff, and that's a nice little inside-out forehand hit by Goebel. That seems to be a shot he's added in the last year or so, really disguising it well, making it possible to hit that shot and not give away where it's going.
Side out.
Into the net, so side out. Loong and Goebel will take back the serve.
7-7-1.
Loong going for the around the post.
Yeah, he realizes that's a poor decision. The ball wasn't quite wide enough to get the angle he needed. He also had to contend with Deakin, who was right up near that net post, putting a lot of pressure on him.
And Deakin did a good job of avoiding.
7-7-2. Point.
Those of you who are fans of Instagram, you might like to take a look at Tyler Loon's Instagram. He's got a lot of great stuff over there, pickleball related, and he's always showing some interesting things that are going on in the courts where he's playing, where he's traveling, and you can do a search for Tyler Loon.
Nice.
Like 2 N's, 2 O's.
Yes, nice shot by Tyler there to get it to 9-7, and the first time we've seen a 2-point margin in this game.
A little bit of a sloppy point there from all 4 players. Both teams seemed like they had a miscommunication about who was going to take the ball. They ended up missing some opportunities to attack.
That'll bring us to game point.
10-7-2.
Great misdirect.
Side out.
There's another example of how valuable it can be to hit those fastballs down the line where your opponent will have less time to react. You see Goebel at 3/4 court, couldn't do much with that one.
So Deakin and Zbinden will get the serve back, trying to close this gap here. And they will, at least on that exchange. So make it 8-10-1.
8-10-1.
Oh, what a great job of going up. Yeah.
Yep, so they caught Zbinden reaching just a little bit. That ball gets put up too high as the overhead. Goebel has a great overhead smash, gets up in the air, and importantly hits the ball down into the ground where it's almost impossible to defend.
8-10-2.
Loong jumped the corner again there. Probably not a bad idea. There's that pattern that we've seen where Deakin tries to go down the line to Loong's back in.
9, 10,
Unable to execute
2.
it that time, though, and this thing now just a point differential. And we're going to go into a win-by-2 situation here in game one. Not really a surprise as tightly as this one has been contested.
10-10-2.
If you're watching the live stream, please go ahead and hit that share button. Let everybody know we are streaming this coverage here from the 2019 Minto US Open Pickleball Championships. And now a comeback here by Deakin and Zbinden. They have a chance to close out this game. Point to finish off this first game. Deakin and Zbinden come back to take it. And 12-10 is the final here in this first game. Impressive finish to game one. We'll have game two after this timeout. How about this view of the beach here in Naples, Florida at 6:18 p.m. local time. I'm kind of ready to go to the beach after we see one more match after this. We'll see a gold medal match after this, and then, you know.
Do the viewers know you've already got your bathing suit on? we need a live shot over here pronto.
Yeah, and it's a Speedo.
No, please.
Yeah. Tell you what, the one great thing, I spent a lot of time in California and I love the ocean out there, but the water here, you can get in the water here.
Yeah, it's nice and warm. It's clear and beautiful beaches here. It feels and it's wonderful. And the thought of that right now is, it has been so hot here today.
Wyatt Grow chiming in on our live feed saying Tyler Loong stopped eating ice cream in January to prepare for this exact moment. I don't know how Wyatt Grow knows that, but it's an interesting tidbit.
He's his ice cream dealer.
Yes, his ice cream dealer, yes.
He's hurt Wyatt's bottom line.
Yeah,
preparing for the U.S. Open.
He has. He is.
Wow!
What in the world?
That is a.
What was that?
That's a bit of an acrobatic shot.
It sure was. It was Zbinden showing off his reflexes.
We got to coin that something. I'm not even sure.
The Zbinden.
Is okay. The Zbinden.
There it is.
I like it.
Ooh, miscommunication there. They pay the price. They've got to know, and they're saying, look, we have to make a decision before that ball bounces who's going to take that when that ball gets hit to the middle. Chad Edwards thinks that shot that we're calling the Zbinden should maybe be called the helicopter. maybe the helo for short.
Yeah.
God, Zbinden just pulled another helo.
See, I
wonder if I can get a clinic for that.
I was going to say the Zibby.
the Zibby?
The Zibby.
You know what? We'll make a video at Third Shot Sports about how to hit a helo.
Hey, listen, we're breaking ground here every year that we broadcast a match, so we're entitled to come up with whatever we want. We want to call it the helo.
I'm liking it, so I am signing up as to one of Mark's videos on Third Shot Sports, so I can learn how to do it.
Fantastic. And this game has just gotten knotted up at 2 apiece.
And Randy's nickname is Bubba, so.
Side up.
So you're saying it should be the Bubba?
Maybe it should be the Bubba.
I like the helo. Kind of tells you what it is.
What is this, Mark? Someone says you stopped eating Putin.
Poutine.
Poutine. Oh, excuse me.
Although Steve did miss the E at the end. Poutine, for those who don't know, Steve Deakin will know, being a fellow Canadian. Poutine is a delicious French-Canadian delicacy. French fries, cheese curds, smothered in gravy.
Oh, I
Side
have
up.
actually had that. I just didn't know that's what it's called. I ate
Poutine.
that at the Worlds in
2,
Disney.
1.
When you can visit the Worlds and taste some different food.
There you go, poutine.
Well, I have not tried that. I'll have to check that out next time I'm in Canada.
You said you were coming to North Vancouver.
I would love to get to North Vancouver.
You know what else is good from Canada? It's ice wine.
Ice wine. Yeah, we have a lot of ice wine as well.
That kind of touched the net
3, 2,
and then
1.
kind of handcuffed Goebel there. Or, I mean, excuse me, handcuffed Deakin. I get confused with Goebel and Deakin because they are both wearing those Selkirk shirts.
Timeout. Scores 4-2-1.
Timeout being
You have 60
taken.
seconds.
I bet you Catherine Peronto knows
First
about
timeout
poutine.
of this
She
game,
just joined
no
our
more
stream.
remaining.
Oh, well, Catherine, thanks for joining. We're taking a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
So,
Back here on the Zing Zang Championship Court. 4-2-1. And Loong just kind of slaps it.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's got quite the shot. You know,
5,
overhead
2,
angles.
1.
Paul McGee on the feed says he's sitting next to Tyler's mom in the stands. Said neither one of us knew how you get to the bronze match.
6, 2,
Paul,
1.
you'll have to elaborate on that question. Not really sure what you're asking.
Well, I think he's talking about, he said we watched them lose in the semis today. So they're just curious what the,
so they're down in the consolation bracket.
yes,
Second
they went
serve.
down into the consolation bracket and they won their way into the bronze medal match. Is that correct?
6, 2, 2.
Well, yeah, but I'm not really sure what. Oh, unless they're just asking, how did they get here? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow this afternoon.
It's been a long day
They
in the heat.
lost a match. That's how they got down here.
Meanwhile, what a get by Goebel to keep that point alive. Tyler Loong finishes it. Check out this chase here by Goebel.
Right.
There's a nice little dink and then a down the line.
And they were able to get Loong
7,
on the side of the court that he is most comfortable after Goebel came over.
There we go. There it is again. So watch for a little run here from Loong and Goebel. See if Deakin and Zbinden look to slow things down a bit.
Oh, they need to. It's 8-2.
8,
Loong and
2,
Goebel.
2.
8-2-2. So if they can get a break here, they'll get the serve back.
Oh yeah.
And they get it right there.
Side out.
That was. The crowd really enjoying this one.
It's a great crowd on hand as it has been all week long here in Naples.
Second serve.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful environment in here on
2, 8,
Championship
2.
Court underneath the tent.
It's a tough serve from Deakin. Goebel was lucky that ball didn't go into the net.
Yeah, and that got up just a bit on Goebel, and Steve was sitting there ready to knock it down.
This is, Steve Taylor was asking about what
3,
else players
8,
can learn. Watch how these serves are hit, right? So there's an
Side
error.
up.
He's taking some risk. He's trying to hit it fast. He's trying to hit the ball low. Not necessarily to win the point, but to get a weak return. Loong is serving. He tends to be a
8-3-1.
little more cautious on his serve. Let's see. Yeah, just sort of getting it in. But that makes it a pretty easy return of serve for Deakin. So seeing a little bit of variation in tactics when it comes to the serve from these players.
Oh,
Jacks the
yeah.
corner again. He
And that
hasn't
was
had enough of
excellent.
those today. What's that, number 5?
At least, but that was well set up for him by Matt. He pushed Steve Deakin very, very wide. Steve was in a defensive
9,
position. There
3,
really wasn't
1.
anything he could do. Great job by Matt Goebel setting up his partner.
So 9-3-1. As they look to get it to a third and decisive game.
Second serve.
They'll get the break there, so move it to 9-3-2.
9-3-2.
Oh,
Side out.
he didn't get the net roll there.
3-9-1. Second serve.
Tommy Halcorn, and
9,
then wouldn't
2.
the two non-winners from the semifinals be playing for the bronze?
No, and you can look at the brackets out on pickleballtournaments.com for this.
Wow.
Wow. Those
Great
are
reaction.
Great reaction.
Side out.
Caught them both by surprise, and it just floated up over their head. So, yeah, you can go out to pickleballtournaments.com, look at the brackets for
9,
this
3,
particular
1.
event. You'll see when they drop down, there's another match then they have to play to come into the bronze medal match.
Second serve.
Loong and Goebel would love to
9,
close
3,
things out
2.
here without giving it the side out.
Sure would. Get it to game 3.
Nice try. Goebel's been
Side out.
successful
Thank
with
you,
that
Minto.
shot a few times today, but missed that one a little bit long. They get the side out, and they're going to have to earn their way back to get the
3,
chance to
9,
serve to
1.
win.
They fought their way back in game 1, but it was not as deep of a hole.
How far Goebel's going to use his
Oh,
forehand.
yeah.
That's the risk, right?
Zbinden.
Yeah, and Zbinden anticipated that very well. It's like he knew what Goebel was going to do.
I get the idea of wanting to use your forehand if it is your
4,
strength, but when you
9,
put
1.
yourself off the court like that, you leave a big gap for a player to counterattack, and Zbinden punished Goebel for going maybe a little bit too far that time.
Yeah, so we had a question from Robert Merriweather. Yes, both of these teams lost a match today. At the U.S. Open, if you lose a match,
5, 9,
you drop
1.
down into the consolation bracket, and the best that you can do is bronze. You don't get the opportunity to come back to try to compete for gold. Or
Point.
How about this? 3 consecutive points now scored by Deakin and Zbinden. And they've got it
6,
back to the
9, 1.
3-point deficit.
yeah.
There it is again.
What a reaction out of Randall.
That was a great reaction. We had a front row seat of it here in the booth.
7,
And now
9,
suddenly
1.
momentum starting to mount for Deakin and Zbinden.
Great defense. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, and things are just going his way. At this
Timeout
point, I'm
called.
calling a timeout because, I mean, these guys, all the momentum is going their
Yeah,
way.
5 consecutive points now.
And I think they have called timeout.
Indeed they have. We'll take a breather as well. It's tightened up here in game 2 in this bronze medal match. '19 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, day 6 of the action
Time
here
in.
in East
Score is
Naples
8,
Community Park.
9, 1.
And what a game we're seeing here. 5 consecutive points by Deakin and Zbinden. Loong and Goebel hoping that timeout will end their run, and it certainly
Second serve.
proves effective.
Yeah, it's like 6 times or so on that. As we were just coming back in, we saw
8,
the
9,
wall
2.
of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. That has to be the most photographed wall at these championships.
So they've done a good job with that wall.
They have, and every year is on there. Yeah,
So it's a must stop, and the pros, right, the sponsored players will get together and have a team photo. A lot of the fans are going there. That ball was broken, so they're going to replace that. And yeah, they've really done a great job with it here.
Let's have a look at it.
There's room for a few more years on there.
Yeah, they've signed a contract through 2021, but I have a feeling this U.S. Open Championship is not going anywhere.
I don't think so. And that wall is actually on the side of
9,
outdoor racquetball
8,
courts.
1.
Yeah, 9-8-1. Goebel serving. They're trying to close out this match and send it to a third game. Or close out this game and send it to a third.
And now it's going to move to 9-8-2.
9, 8, 2.
Kat Haste is giving a thumbs up to referee Bob Unitic out of Pittsburgh for reffing this match.
Side out.
Wasted opportunity there, and they're going to give Deakin and Zbinden a chance here. They've already scored 5 consecutive
8, 9,
points.
1.
Chance to draw even.
And what a turnaround this has been. Wow, the defense that Tyler's playing.
And then the unforced error.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That was a
After
tough
those great defensive shots, sometimes you let up just for a second. Just
9-9-1.
Deakin and Zbinden, they're starting to be able to smell it now. 2 points away from a medal.
they're going to pick on Tyler a little bit here.
Swing and a miss. He was between the legs.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow, a little bit of everything in that point.
And yeah, this gets the fans stirred up just a bit.
I don't think I've seen before Tyler jump the corner like that and play it as a drop. Look at this. He comes across here and just lays it in there. Nicely done.
Yeah, but he was around that post again.
Yeah, 9-9-2.
Who will flinch first here?
Oh, they got it. There's Goebel
Yeah, he
running
did.
around to use that forehand. That's exactly why when he plays that forehand, he can create quite a lot of topspin. In this case, clipping the top of the net and landing in. 9-9-1, side out.
Yep. Zbinden
9-9-1.
and Deakin failed to take advantage. So now it's Loong and Goebel with a chance.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between the two of them there.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, one of the troubles when you take such a big swing to hit hard the way that Loong does is sometimes it makes it hard to have the pedal ready if you just finish hitting a backhand to get it ready for that next ball.
9-9-2.
Drops a little high.
And they're doing a good job keeping Tyler back right now. The ball's a little bit high, and that's going to float wrong.
So now we'll switch sides back to 9-9-1. Deakin and Zbinden. We'll try to
9-9-1.
see if they can close this thing out and wrap up the match.
Oh, not that time. So that was almost the same play where he moved outside the court to use that forehand, tried to split the defense, and he did, except it went off the top of the net and went out.
7 consecutive points. Deakin and
9-9-1.
Zbinden one more away from a bronze medal.
Wow, what an angle. So that's pretty gutsy to go for such a hard smash, but also to do it on such an angle the way that Loong did. But he need to do that because we saw what Zbinden can do. Another match point.
And there it is. Put away by Steve Deakin. And how about that? They trailed 9-3. They rolled off 8 consecutive points in game 2 to wrap this thing up in consecutive games. 12-10, 11-9. Randall Zbinden and Steve Deakin are your bronze medal winners here in the men's pro doubles.
We have our bronze medalists who are going to be presented by Edward Hector from Pickleball Central. We have Randy Zbinden and Steve Deakin. A round of applause.
I couldn't be more humbled to be doing this. So, oh my, there you go. Very good. There's another one here. Thank you. Randy, congratulations. That's fantastic. Steve, I know you've worked so hard. Obviously, I've seen you in the building a lot, so there you go. You're on quite a run, man. Thanks, man. Congratulations. These guys have worked so hard. I get a chance to see Steve a little bit more, but all I can say is what a fantastic match. You guys, I mean, that amazing setup there, great defense, amazing hands. Congratulations. These guys are just, this is what is so great about pickleball right now, you two. Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Pickleball Central. And just real quick, guys.
Good job.
You go through that first game and it's almost over, right? But you come out to close it out with a 12. So, and then this one, you're starting off down. What's going through your mind and how do you pull it out?
Just dig. We just kept scrapping.
It's been the story of the day, coming from behind the whole time. It's hot, we're tired, all we could do out here is just scrap it out. We never give up. So we're super happy about this. I'm elated.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for putting on a good show for everybody. You guys, congratulations. We got another match coming to you guys live. Back to you, Dave.